Good morning, Lone Star. Today is another beautiful Monday morning. I want to talk to y'all today a little bit about work ethic. There's a scripture in Exodus that tells us to rest on the seventh day, because that's what Jesus did whenever he created the world, is he rested on the Sabbath. And it tells us to rest in there. But it also tells us about the time to work. Basically, there's a time to rest and there's a time to put our hand to the plow. And, when we're on our own individual journeys, because my walk with Christ is different than your walk with Christ, which is different from your neighbor's walk with Christ, which your sister's walk with Christ. We're all in different places in our walk with Christ. But what we have to look at whenever we start looking at other people's work ethic is where they're at with their walk with Christ and what they're working through in their life. What work is to me may be slightly different than work is to somebody else. To me, working outside in the heat really isn't that bad. It's not a huge thing to me. So my work ethic is more when I have to sit in the office and I have to do detail-oriented things. Like, man, that just, it grinds me. And that is a work ethic for me. But to somebody else that it enjoys sitting behind the desk whenever they come outside and they work for 5 or 6 hours and they're sweating buckets, that to them is hard work. So whenever we look at other people's work ethic and we say, okay, yeah, it's time to put our hand to the plow, it looks different for everybody. But here's the deal that I want to encourage you with your walk with Christ, is that whenever you put the work in with your walk with Christ, it may look different than somebody else's work with their walk with Christ. Did you hear me on that? So somebody else trying to better their walk with Christ may look different than what yours does. They may work outside and you might work inside. You might work outside and they might work inside. So what we're doing here is we're allowing people to have their own relationship with Christ, and we're giving them permission to grow as Christ see fit. So what we do is we as humans, we say, hey, you're not putting the work in. You're being a hypocrite. You're not living what you're preaching. But what we're not doing is giving Christ the ability to be Christ to them, and we're trying to be Christ to them. So what we're basically doing is we're putting ourselves on the throne and putting ourselves in front of God. I hope that all makes sense. What we're doing whenever we say, hey, you're not putting the work in, you're being a hypocrite, what we're doing is we're putting ourselves on the throne. That's the thing called judgment. So we're put ourselves on the throne and give ourselves the ability to rule over somebody else's life when that's not what we're meant to do. We're meant to be humble and we're meant to be meek. So I want to encourage you and I want to challenge you. Look at other people the way Christ would and give them the room to explore the work ethic that God has placed in their life, and give them the room to grow, because we needed room to grow whenever we were there too. I love you guys. Y'all be blessed, and we'll talk to you soon. Now, on to the update. I forgot through with that little butt whooping of a message. So, coming up, we don't have anything this week, but next week we got a full week. We are going to be starting out the First Samuel Bible study. It's going to be on August 3rd, right down here in the Arena Hall. Starts at 7 p.m. We're going to start in First Samuel. And when we show up, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to be going over the first 4 chapters of Samuel. So read the first 4 chapters of Samuel, show up ready to give something that stuck out to you, something you had a question about, something you never really realized before. Very loose. Y'all just show up and be a part. Don't even have to say anything if you don't want to. We have several people that do that. But I really want to encourage you. That Bible study is absolutely stellar. Following that, on Thursday night, August 4th, we have a team roping. It's a Jackpot team roping right here in the arena. That's going to be awesome. So we need some help with that. And then the very next Saturday, on August the 6th, we're going to have a barrel race. So if y'all could show up ready to go for that barrel race, it's going to be absolutely awesome. The barrel race that we had this last weekend went over spectacular. It was awesome. Personally, I had the opportunity to talk to some people and minister to them, and that was awesome. And then also, the event itself ran really smooth. Everybody that showed up for the barrel race, y'all knocked it out of the park. All right, guys, I love you guys. Be blessed. Hey, don't hesitate to reach out to me if y'all need anything. I don't know if I ever really said that before, but I'm here to help you guys. So if there's ever anything that I can do, don't hesitate to reach out and get a hold of me. I'm here for you guys. Love y'all. Be blessed.